This video contains sensitive real-world events and uncensored strong language from live streams. We do not endorse violence or abuse. No graphic glorification. Viewer discretion advised.
That fatal shooting happening here at the leasing office at Westwood Apartments. In fact, you can even see the bloodstains are still on the mat at the front entrance door of the leasing office. We found out Bess worked as a property manager here at the complex. We also learned that her husband, Ron Christopher Allen, is being accused of shooting her 7 times after finding out she had a boyfriend.
A young woman walked into her office, ready to chase her dreams. At 24, she was full of promise. But that day, her workplace became a crime scene. Her life stolen by the man who vowed to love her. What drove a husband to destroy his wife? This is Crime Edge. Subscribe, hit the bell, stay updated on every case. Let's dive into Maleah Bess's story, a vibrant soul whose light was extinguished too soon. Maleah Bess was unstoppable. At 24, she'd moved from Chicago to Mississippi, graduating from Jackson State University with big ambitions. As a property manager at Westwood Apartments in Jackson, her professionalism and warmth won hearts. She arrived early, setting up the leasing office with care. In a video, she shared,
"Come to work with me as a leasing agent. So usually first I have to pop my way in through the back and get to the office, make sure I have the office door unlocked. I'm usually there at least between 10 to 15 minutes before opening to make sure that, everything's situated. Make sure the blinds are open, office is set up, make sure all the not flyers, but like brochures and everything set up on my desk. I'm checking out to see if any notes left from security or any residents that may have had any issues last night or want to leave, something in the rent box, reading my devotion. And then here I am in my planner, writing down everything that I usually need to do for today. And then I check my emails as well as prospects, make sure we have any applications or if I have any questions, work orders. Have to make sure you check that daily to make sure you're keeping up with the property. And then here we got a move-in today. I'm talking with maintenance to go over if we had any work orders or any move-ins for make-readies, punches, anything like that. And then I also had a tour today showing one of our beautiful 1-bedroom units that we have available. It's my favorite.
Maleah was building a foundation for a bright future. Outside work, she ran Maleah Shaylai's Creates, a blog and Shopify store launched in January 2024, selling planners and ebooks to help others start businesses. Her Instagram bio captured her drive. Start that business, build your finances, stay organized. Friends saw a woman wise beyond her years, always uplifting others. But behind her smile, fear grew. Maleah was losing control, trapped in a crumbling marriage. Ron Christopher Allen, 52, was a father of 3 with a troubled past. DUI charges, unpaid fines, and opioid addiction after hip surgery. He claimed sobriety after a 28-day rehab program in New Jersey. His life clashed with Maleah's drive. Their 28-year age gap worried her loved ones. On February 14, 2025, Maleah glowed in her wedding dress, posting about love. But within weeks, the marriage faltered. By July, 5 months later, Maleah moved out.
She had to leave him, and he didn't want her to leave him. She had to leave him because she just had to for her own safety. As we can see, she did not feel safe sleeping next to him.
Her apartment was meant to be safe. But Ron wouldn't let go, showing up at Westwood Apartments, aggressive and uninvited. His harassment turned her workplace into a place of fear. The day before the tragedy, Ron visited Maleah's roommate, acting calm. The roommate said,
"He was actually at my house yesterday on my couch.
Sure was.
And we talked, about them working the relationship out or whatever. And he left. It wasn't nothing alarming. I didn't feel anything."
But within 24 hours, That calm vanished. Unverified rumors spread online. Maleah was seeing a maintenance worker or stole $70,000 from Ron. Police found no evidence. But to Ron, they fueled his rage. Maleah's new relationship was a step toward freedom he couldn't accept. July 31, 2025, started normally at Westwood Apartments. Maleah arrived, ready to help residents. Around 11:30 a.m., 911 calls reported an active shooter at 3100 Robinson Road. Officers found Maleah fatally shot multiple times in the leasing office. A witness heard the first shot, saw Maleah clutching her side, then more shots rang out. Deliberate acts by Ron, her estranged husband. Ron barricaded himself inside, armed, sparking a 3-hour standoff. Police from Jackson, Hinds County, Clinton, Byram, and Capitol surrounded the complex. SWAT teams stood ready, but negotiators faced Ron's silence. Friends called Maleah's phone. Ron answered, "I've already killed her." He answered her phone, his voice cold, no regret. Chief Joseph Wade praised his team.
Compared to 71 this time last year. We've shown a drastic reduction in homicides, but again, this is domestic related. This is a husband taking his wife's life, then putting all of these other people's lives in danger, including law enforcement. Very sad day, but I'm glad that we were able to mitigate this situation without any further loss.
Ron finally surrendered, walking out, hands up. Officers found Maleah's body and a green revolver. His clothes bore her blood. Detectives worked fast. Witnesses saw Ron enter before the shots. His harassment history showed a pattern of control. Online rumors of infidelity or theft were baseless. The leasing office, now a crime scene, had bloodstains on its mat.
That fatal shooting happening here at the leasing office at Westwood Apartments. In fact, you can even see the bloodstains are still on the mat at the front entrance door of the leasing office. We found out Bess worked as a property manager here at the complex. We also learned that her husband, Ron Christopher Allen, is being accused of shooting her 7 times after finding out she had a boyfriend.
The standoff delayed forensics, but the revolver and Ron's confession were clear. Ron was booked into Hinds County Detention Center, charged with murder. On July 31, 2025, in Jackson Municipal Court, prosecutors outlined the shooting, his confession, and harassment. An officer testified about the revolver. Judge June Hardwick denied bail. Ron mentioned rehab, but it didn't sway the judge. The brief hearing set a long legal fight. Westwood reeled. A resident said, "The Westwood community will never be the same." Maleah's friends saw missed signs. The age gap, Ron's past, her move for safety, his harassment. At 24, Maleah was a graduate, entrepreneur, a beacon. She deserved better. Safety, dreams, respect. To Maleah's family, our deepest condolences. This is Crime Edge. Subscribe, hit the bell, stay updated on every case.